Welcome to Past Perfect, where the forgotten stories of women rise to the surface. In the shadows of the battlefield, women took their stand, not with rifles but with disguised defiance and devotion. Some healed the wounded, some taught the newly freed. Others became spies, soldiers, even symbols. If you're someone who admires the untold courage of Civil War women, this is your video. Because Harriet Tubman, Phoebe Pember, Mary Walker, Sojourner Truth, Frances Clayton, names history almost forgotten till now. These were never side characters. They were the silent force that shaped a nation's fate. With the help of AI and real historical records, we count down 20 women who defied their time and helped define a nation. Number 20. Frances Clayton, born around 1830, died after 1872. She didn't just support the war, she became the war. Frances Clayton disguised herself as a man and marched beside her husband, musket in hand. She fought in over a dozen battles, took bullets, saw blood, watched her husband fall beside her. But still, she didn't stop. She rode horses, drew sabers, drilled with soldiers who never guessed the truth. For months the disguise held, but what she hid with cloth and courage, she revealed in legacy. While Frances battled in disguise, number 19 stepped into the light to teach, to lead, to heal. Stay with us, her story still burns bright. Number 19. Charlotte Forten Grimké, born in 1837, died in 1914. She was born free but chose to walk into the heart of slavery's ruins. Charlotte left the safety of the North and traveled south to teach the newly freed. With chalk-stained hands, she gave letters and hope to those who had only known chains. She faced sickness, suspicion, and isolation, but still she believed education was its own kind of revolution. Her journals tell of hardship and hope, a witness to a nation struggling to be reborn. While Charlotte taught freedom in words, number 18 fought for life in the hospitals of war. Don't leave. Now her story is one of grit and compassion. Number 18. Phoebe Pember, born in 1823, died in 1913. She didn't march with armies, but commanded one of the largest hospitals of the war. As chief matron at Chimborazo in Richmond, she oversaw food medicine and the dying cries of thousands. A Jewish woman in a man's world, she faced doubt, shortages, and disease, yet stood firm. Her strength was steel, her compassion unshakable. In her memoir, she wrote of courage and cruelty, of soldiers who clung to life and those she helped let go. While Phoebe healed behind the lines, number 17 stepped onto the stage of war itself, a spy who blurred the line between theater and battle. Number 17. Pauline Cushman, born in 1833, died in 1893. She was an actress, but the war gave her a deadlier stage. With charm and performance, she slipped into Confederate circles, listening, remembering, deceiving. She carried secrets more dangerous than any script until the day she was caught. Sentenced to hang, she stared at death with the calm of a performer waiting for applause. Fate spared her. And when peace returned, she toured the nation as Miss Major Cushman, the actress who outwitted an army. While Pauline played her part in shadows, number 16 stepped into the light of service, a woman who organized, healed, and led with unshakable resolve. Number 16. Mary Livermore. Born in 1820, died in 1905. She never carried a musket, but she armed the Union with something just as powerful. Through the U.S. Sanitary Commission, Mary raised millions, supplied hospitals, and brought relief to the front lines. She traveled, inspected, and wrote, turning compassion into logistics and chaos into order. After the war, she became a voice for women's suffrage, proving that leadership is not bound by the battlefield. While Mary gave soldiers hope in life and death, Number 15 fought with secrets inside the very heart of the Confederate White House. And before we uncover her story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the courage of history brought back to life. Number 15. Mary Bowser. Born in 1846, died in 1867. She began life enslaved, but destiny placed her in the house of the Confederacy itself. Educated in secret, Mary returned to Richmond as a servant in Jefferson Davis's home. But her true weapon was memory photographic flawless, able to recall every letter, every map, every whispered plan. She passed intelligence straight to Union hands, right from the heart of enemy power. Her name vanished in the shadows of secrecy, but her brilliance changed the war more than any rifle could. While Mary spied in silence, Number 14 commanded openly, a woman who redefined battlefield care for thousands. Number 14. Dorothea Dix. Born in 1802, died in 1887. Before the war, she was a reformer fighting for the forgotten in asylums and prisons. But when cannons roared, Dorothea answered a new call. As superintendent of Army nurses, she recruited, trained, and commanded thousands of women. Strict, uncompromising, she demanded discipline and morality, turning ordinary women into an army of caregivers. Some found her harsh, all remembered her power. She reshaped battlefield medicine and proved that healing could be a weapon of its own. While Dorothea redefined care, Number 13 picked up the pen and used her words to fight for freedom. Number 13. Frances Gage. Born in 1808, died in 1884. She was a reformer, her weapon not steel, but words. An abolitionist and advocate for women, she traveled south to help the newly freed. She taught, organized, and spoke with fire, believing freedom was hollow without education and dignity. Her voice carried into camps and classrooms, lifting spirits where hope was scarce. She also helped amplify others, including the thunderous words of Sojourner Truth. Through speeches and service, she turned conviction into action. While Frances fought with words, Number 12 fought with mercy on the battlefield itself. Number 12. Clara Barton. Born in 1821, died in 1912. She ran toward the gunfire, not away from it. With wagons of bandages and food, she nursed the fallen where bullets still flew. Soldiers called her the angel of the battlefield because she never abandoned them, not in mud, not in blood, not in fear. Her courage built trust, and her compassion saved thousands. After the war, she founded the American Red Cross, carrying her mission of mercy to the world. While Clara healed through fire and blood, number 11 picked up the pen, turning hospital pain into stories that would never be forgotten. Number 11. Louisa May Alcott, born in 1832, died in 1888. Before she gave the world Little Women, she gave her hands to the war. As a nurse in overcrowded hospitals, she washed wounds, soothed fevers, and held dying soldiers in their final breaths. The pain and chaos she witnessed shaped her voice, pouring into her memoir, Hospital Sketches. Those stories revealed the raw truth of war and turned her into one of America's beloved authors. If you enjoyed this story, or if you think a detail doesn't fit, drop a comment below and let us know. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep bringing history's hidden voices to life. While Louisa wrote the agony of battle, number 10 lived it as a black woman who healed and taught among Union ranks. Number 10. Susie King Taylor, born in 1848, died in 1912. She was born enslaved in Georgia, but learned to read in secret, defying laws that kept knowledge from her people. When freedom came, she joined the Union lines, not as a fighter, but as a healer and teacher. She nursed wounded black soldiers, cooked, cleaned, and carried supplies. And when battles paused, she opened her books and taught men their letters. Later, she wrote her own memoir, the only black woman to publish such a record of the war. While Susie gave both healing and knowledge, number 9 used charm and secrecy, turning society's parlor rooms into the Confederacy's spy network. Number 9. Rose O'Neal Greenhow, born in 1813, died in 1864. By day, she was a Washington socialite charming senators, whispering with diplomats, moving with elegance through the Capitol's halls. By night, she became the Confederacy's most dangerous spy. Her secrets helped the South win at Bull Run, proving that her parlor held as much power as any battlefield. Captured and imprisoned, she remained defiant, writing letters in code, risking her life with every message sent. In 1864, while carrying gold for the Confederate cause, she drowned at sea, dying as she had lived, wrapped in danger and intrigue. While Rose spied with charm and cunning, number 8 donned a disguise of her own, taking up arms as a soldier no one expected. Number 8. Loreta Janeta Velázquez, born in 1842, died in 1923. She was born in Cuba, but destiny carried her onto America's battlefields. Disguised as a man named Harry T. Buford, she marched in gray, fighting side by side with Confederate soldiers. She commanded troops in combat, then shifted into espionage, using wit, disguise, and daring to outplay her enemies. Her memoir, The Woman in Battle, told tales so bold that some doubted them, but whether fact or embellishment, her legend endured. While Loreta blurred the line between soldier and spy, number 7 built a network of shadows, one of the greatest intelligence webs of the entire war. Number 7. Elizabeth Van Lew, born in 1818, died in 1900. She lived in Richmond, the very heart of the Confederacy. Outwardly, a wealthy Southern lady, but secretly one of the Union's deadliest allies. Elizabeth built a vast spy network, planting informants across the city, even within Jefferson Davis's own household. She used her fortune, her charm, and her daring to smuggle secrets north, risking her life with every message delivered. Her neighbors called her Mad Bet, but Union generals called her indispensable. When the war ended, she was left despised in her hometown, but remembered as a silent architect of victory. While Elizabeth spun webs of intelligence, Number 6 fought with scalpel and bandages, and made history as the only woman ever awarded the Medal of Honor. Number 6. Mary Edwards Walker, born in 1832, died in 1919. She was a doctor in a world that said women could not be. When war came, she put on her black coat and walked straight into the battlefield. Mary served as a surgeon for the Union crossing lines, treating wounded soldiers and civilians alike. Captured by Confederates, she endured prison until exchanged, then returned to her post without hesitation. For her service, she became the only woman ever awarded the Medal of Honor. She lived defiantly, wearing trousers challenging convention and never apologizing for who she was. If you believe these forgotten stories must be told, hit like, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe so you never miss the voices of history reborn. While Mary broke barriers with scalpel and courage, Number 5 raised her voice, calling a nation toward freedom and truth. Number 5. Sojourner Truth, born in 1797, died in 1883. She was born enslaved in New York, but she walked to freedom with her baby in her arms. With nothing but faith and fire, she became one of the fiercest abolitionist voices of her age. During the Civil War, she recruited black troops for the Union and fought for better conditions for those newly freed. Her words thundered in churches and halls, most famously in her speech, "Ain't I a Woman?" She proved that truth itself could be a weapon, striking deeper than any sword. While Sojourner's voice shook the nation, Number 4 wielded a pen so powerful it sparked outrage across the world. Number 4. Harriet Beecher Stowe, born in 1811, died in 1896. She never fired a musket, but her pen struck harder than any bullet. In 1852, she published Uncle Tom's Cabin, a story that laid bare the cruelty of slavery and stirred hearts across the world. The book sold in the millions, galvanizing abolitionists and enraging slaveholders who feared its truth. When she met Abraham Lincoln, he is said to have greeted her as the little woman who wrote the book that made this great war. Her words proved that literature could move nations, and that ideas can ignite revolutions. While Harriet fought with ink and paper, Number 3 stood at the crossroads of women's rights and war, balancing one cause while fueling another. Number 3. Elizabeth Cady Stanton, born in 1815, died in 1902. She was a pioneer for women's rights, demanding equality long before it was popular. But when war came, she set aside the vote to fight for abolition. Stanton organized petitions, mobilized women, and poured her energy into the Union cause. She believed that freedom for the enslaved was inseparable from freedom for women. After the war, she returned to her mission, helping found the National Women's Suffrage Association, and becoming one of the most powerful voices for equality in America. While Stanton fought with speeches and petitions, Number 2 carried that battle forward, gathering 1 million signatures to change the Constitution itself. Number 2. Susan B. Anthony, born in 1820, died in 1906. She was relentless, a tireless fighter for both abolition and women's rights. During the war, she co-founded the Women's Loyal National League, mobilizing over 400,000 signatures in support of the 13th Amendment to abolish slavery. Her organizing power was unmatched, her determination unshakable. Though she would not live to see women win the vote, her name became synonymous with justice, and her voice echoed far beyond her time. While Susan rallied a nation with petitions and resolve, Number 1 carried freedom on her back, guiding hundreds out of bondage and becoming a legend for all time. Number 1, Harriet Tubman, born in 1822, died in 1913. She was born enslaved but refused to remain in chains, escaping to freedom. She turned back again and again, guiding others through the night on the Underground Railroad. During the war, she served as a nurse, a scout, and a spy for the Union. She led armed raids into the South, freeing more than 700 enslaved men, women, and children. They called her Moses, a woman who carried freedom on her shoulders and never stopped until her people were safe. After the war, she continued the struggle, fighting for women's rights until her final days. Harriet Tubman was not just a witness to history. She was history, the very spirit of defiance and liberation.